Good morning and welcome. I'm actually surprised at how many people showed up for the first session. So you're either largely comprised of super keeners who want to know how to be successful under difficult and trying times, or complainers who want to know where can you start lodging complaints. So and we'll come to that part because I think that is an important part of the process that we're going to go through. So the first thing is, why are we imposing a curfew? It's largely because the campus is considered safe under the current circumstances, but there is some geological evidence that there is a potential for further aftershocks, and most of us have felt those. And we believe it would just be better if people were not on campus, and it applies to everyone, including myself. I was chased out of my office yesterday at 6 o'clock. It's just better if there was no one on campus after dark. So the campus is open during daylight hours until we resume normal business on Monday morning. So we've made some exceptions to that, which are noted here. It's also noted on the website where there are locations that you can be later. And up until Monday morning, it is exclusively on the Dovedale campus that there will be access to a building beyond the normal curfew time. So if that's not clear, check the website, and if that's still not clear, you can go to a facility that I'm about to describe to you, which is the help desk, which will be located on the first floor of the library. So what kind of support services have we been able to put in place? And again, I think it's important to realize that a lot of the things that we're doing right now were designed for normal operating conditions. And as has been suggested already, we are not operating under normal conditions. And there's a phrase that's quite common in most of the world called Murphy's Law. And if you're not familiar with Murphy's Law, it basically says that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. I'm a sailor, and there's an extension to Murphy's Law, which is that it will go wrong at the worst possible time. And so we've discovered that as we're rebuilding student services, this earthquake has probably occurred at the worst possible time, in that we're going through a transition of people into new roles and new locations. So we've set up a temporary facility for the delivery of student support services, working in close collaboration with the UCSA in the UCSA building. And there are people there that will be able to help you with a whole variety of things that may have emerged as a result of the earthquake, around things like accommodation, financial issues, particularly financial hardship issues, and insurance claims. If there's anything related to any of that stuff, there's a group of very dedicated and helpful people now located in the UCSA building. And they also have capability of delivering this assistance in multiple languages. If you're just too tired or stressed to speak English anymore, there are a couple of other languages available for you to work through. And I can provide interpretation into Canadian should you need that. The health center has been operational since Monday morning of last week. It did close briefly on Tuesday as a result of the aftershock that occurred. The building had to be checked again to be sure that it was safe. But that facility has been pretty much operational continuously. It will continue to be operational. They've also reduced their rates, again, recognizing that these are unusual times. People are spending money on things that they might not normally be spending money on. But don't let money keep you away from the health center if you need to seek some assistance from the people that are there. So that includes certainly medical doctors, counselors who can help with any sort of stress issues that might be emerging, and also a physiotherapist or two that can help deal with body pain should that be best addressed through physiotherapy. We've also, as I mentioned earlier, set up a help desk in the lobby of the registry, and that is being staffed by two pretty much new people. And so they're currently learning as much as they can about some of the unusual things that we're going to have to deal with as a result of changes to the scheduling, changes to assessment, changes to, even though they're slight, to the examination period, those things that Professor Duke addressed a bit earlier. They may not know the answer to your question, but if they don't, they will find someone that does, and if they can't find that person within a reasonable period of time, they will get back to you. We're also beefing up their capacity by assigning some other people to the help desk, simply because this is such an unusual time. We want to be sure that current stress levels are not exacerbated by uncertainty and a lack of clear knowledge. So we will do our very, very best to ensure that you are served as quickly and as accurately as possible. I think that Richard also touched on the notion of normal. Now, universities are famous around the world for prefacing pretty much every rule, procedure, or policy with the word normally. Currently, this is not normal, and we will do our very, very best to accommodate those things that are really abnormal and provide you with as an equitable and fair response as possible. Again, you'll be dealing with human beings, and these are all rules made by human beings, so rules can be changed by human beings as well. And again, if there are issues or circumstances that arise that are extremely difficult for you, we will do our very, very best to ensure that you're not disadvantaged by the circumstances that occurred last week.
Hi, I'm Karen. It's lovely to see you back on campus. It was far too quiet and a bit deserted last week. I've just been asked to talk to you a little bit about self-care and to mention to you that, a lot of people will be feeling distressed or stressed, and that's perfectly normal. Everyone's anxiety levels may be higher than normal, and certainly last week with the continuing aftershocks, I know mine were. Although yesterday when we had that big gap, I think my anxiety levels were even higher because I was kind of wondering what was going to happen next. So that is all perfectly normal. And those sort of symptoms will decrease over time, often without the need to seek any further help. I think it's important that we are aware of the people around us. Some people will want to talk through what happened at great length, and other people won't want to talk about it at all. So it's important to pick up the cues from the people around you and deal with them appropriately. If you do need help, if you'd like to talk to someone, and whether that's medical help, as Nello mentioned, or the counselling services that are available at the health centre, the phone numbers are there, or you can look them up on the website. And as mentioned, the fees have been reduced over this period until at least the end of September. So it's really important that you feel that you can go and talk to those people without having to worry about that. Or you could go and see your family doctor would be another avenue for you, or there's an 0800 number there that you can contact as well.